Good afternoon guys from Copacabana Beach in Rio, and yeah, I'll tell you what, it's really hot over there. I've been for a paddle, no more than that. You'll be pleased to know I left my thong back in the hotel room, and yeah, the sand is like really hot, so I've had to be a hasty retreat under a tree on the other side of the road. But yeah, what a fantastic place to start. An introduction to something I'm going to be showing you a little bit later, which is the historic tram up to Santa Teresa. Now, I need to go back to change my t-shirt. Like I said, it's so hot, and apparently the weather's going to change in a bit. So yeah, come with me, join me a little bit later on, and we'll get on the tram and we'll see what it's like. I'll catch you in a bit. Well, to be honest, it took me so long to get back to my hotel, then back into the city centre again. I only just made the second to last tram of the day. Yeah, so it all ended up being a bit of a rush, to be honest, to get my ticket sorted and get in the queue. But I made it, and you join me here just after the fantastic Arcos da Lapa, the double-arched 18th century aqueduct that now serves as a bridge for the tram as it travels to and from its city centre terminus. And don't worry, I'll show you the full crossing of this amazing structure on the way back. I'll tell you what, it is absolutely worth the journey alone in my opinion. And as you can see here, everybody likes a photo of a historic tram in action, don't they? So what I was unfortunately unable to show you at this point was the Estación de Bondes de Santa Teresa, where you arrive and line up with the other passengers, and mostly tourists to be honest, to buy a ticket, which at the time of this recording was 20 Brazilian real, which is about £3.20. And this enables you to travel all the way to Santa Teresa and back again. Now the trams run about every 20 minutes, although it's a bit loose I thought, and yeah, these frequencies did lead to lengthy queues even at this point in the day. Now the Santa Teresa Tram, or Tramway, opened in 1877 with horse-drawn cars there, though it didn't actually run across the aqueduct at this point. It was only in 1896, when electrification replaced the horses, that the line was extended over the now disused aqueduct and into the city centre proper, connecting the centre of Rio with the mainly residential, hilly and ever so slightly bohemian inner city neighbourhood of Santa Teresa, 6 kilometres away. And if you're using public transport to get here, the nearest metro stations are Carioca or Cinelandia. Now that's what I did, yeah, they're only a 5-minute walk away if that. So yeah, almost 150 years old now, making it one of the oldest street railway lines in the world and the oldest electric railway in the whole of Latin America. The gauge was also changed in 1896 from 914mm, 3 feet, to 1100mm, which is 3 feet and 7 5/16. And the line has undergone all sorts of closures, alterations and station relocations ever since. Now the current terminus in the city centre, for example, is actually on the roof of the Petrobras oil company's car park. We reached the end of the line at Santa Teresa, where to be honest we didn't really have much time to do anything other than get off the tram so that the seat backs could be swapped around, and then get back on again and head back down the line. Now, as I said earlier, it was a bit late in the day, and I would definitely advise getting an earlier tram if you want to have a bit of a look around the area. But we're focusing on the trams here, aren't we, in this video? And yeah, as we make our way downhill again, we can enjoy some of the views over the city, even though the weather had changed quite a bit from earlier on in the day. And I must say, there were some pretty substantial houses up here. Some of them were in a better state than others, to be honest, but yeah, they did have some fantastic views. And I would imagine this must have been one of the wealthier areas of the city. Maybe it still is, but yeah, if you know, please let me know in the comments below. So the trams themselves, well, they're operated by a 2-man crew, one driving and the other you can see here just over my shoulder in white, check the tickets. I'm not sure if he did anything else, to be honest. The capacity is now 32 and everyone must be seated. Now I think traditionally the earlier trams carried many more people with standing allowed on the running boards either side. However, following a serious accident in 2011 where 5 people were killed including the driver when a tram's brakes failed and it derailed, standing was banned. I reckon there could have been around 60 people on the trams back in those days, but yeah, you can probably see on this one here coming the other way, there's no way of standing or jumping on the trains now, is there? I only ever rode on the running boards once or twice. That was in San Francisco about 20 years ago. Brilliant experience, but yeah, I can see where danger can occur. Anyway, it's important to note that the trams now operating on the line are replicas. They've only been in operation since around 2014, with the new ones gradually coming into service from then onwards. We reached the Colourful Island platform tram stop here at Largo do Covelo, before heading onwards along the cobbled streets towards the highlight of the trip, the single line crossing of the Arcos da Lapa. Now we paused for around 5 minutes outside a grand looking house, another one that's seen better days I think, and there's another tram coming the other way, so we wait and then it's our turn and we proceed through the gates and onto the Aqueducto de Carioca. Enjoy this crossing with me in its entirety. Great views towards the modern Catholic cathedral here, aren't there? It doesn't take long to cross the aqueduct and then we're back on the loop at Largo de Carioca, the city centre terminus. And all in all, yeah, well worth an hour of your time. Like I said before, if you take an earlier tram, then yeah, you give yourself a bit more time to explore your destination and the surrounding streets.
Abaixar essa cortina não daqui.
When I disembarked the tram, I made my way through the station where, along with the station cats, I just took a minute or two to sum up the journey. Well then guys, yeah, well that was a little bit of an extra thing for you, wasn't it? The heritage tram from the centre of Rio de Janeiro over to Santa Teresa. Yeah, journey time of around about 25 minutes each way. That was really good, that was, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, a bit of a last minute thing because I was intending to head back, but I think we caught the last or the second to last tram of the day, and yeah, really good. So if you're in Rio, I would definitely recommend this little trip. 20 Brazilian real for a return. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you on another adventure soon, and as always guys, cheers for now.